Hello, my name is Mitchell Pack. I teach at Campbell Grammar School, and this is my 17th year teaching. Sutton, if you'll come off and read loud and clear for me, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Have you ever seen a caterpillar? Caterpillars look like worms, but they are not. Caterpillars are baby butterflies or moths.
All right, very good, Sutton. All right, who'd like to try something on the second page? This past year, because of the pandemic, I became a virtual teacher, and so I had to learn how to engage my students. I used a lot of humor. I learned how to set up Google Meets. Hey, boys and girls, welcome back for the next chapter from Charlotte's Web. Today we're going to read chapter 6. It's called Summer Days. One way I wanted to engage students was, of course, through humor, and so calendar is a staple in first grade, and the first calendar video I filmed, it took me about 15 tries, half of the day, and I knew that I couldn't continue that. So what happened is, week 2, I decided I was just going to jump in front of the camera, and it was at that moment there was a click, and I thought, oh, I could use this as a vehicle to engage students. And so from that point on, each video had some type of humor to it that would hook the students each morning. And I got lots of compliments from parents because of that. They said their children really enjoyed getting up in the morning and starting their day with that. Virtual was fun, and I have enjoyed it, but I miss being with the students. I miss that camaraderie, the community that we have that we can share, and I'm looking forward to getting back to it.
My name is Molly Blackwell. I teach special education at Chapman High School.
Okay, so let's prioritize. Do you have a pencil?
The summer after my freshman year, I applied and got a job as a summer counselor for a camp with children and adults with intellectual and physical disabilities. And that's when I fell in love with special education. I think when I really realized and became confident in who I was as a teacher, then I was really able to kind of embrace my gifts as a teacher. There are 4 words that I say so often as a teacher and as a mother, and the words are, I am for you, and so I am your biggest fan and I want to see you succeed. So that's become 4 words. My philosophy of teaching is I am for you. I've gone through a phase in my professional life where I felt like, okay, I should be so much more polished and professional than I am. You know what? I am who I am, and it makes me feel really special to know that that's valued. And I just really appreciate all the support that's there for me.
My name is Ashley USSERY. I teach 2nd grade at Holly Springs Milo Elementary, and that is where I started school. I'm actually teaching in the same classroom where I went to kindergarten. It's awesome. I've always been a little bit of an eccentric teacher. I dress like a mad scientist on the first day of school. We make jitter juice. I was Professor Poetry last week when we did our poetry in it. So I feel like I still have that excitement and enthusiasm, but I do it in a little more skillful way, a little more refined, and I feel like I'm able to just craft my teaching into a better way to reach my students. From day one, a child needs to be told that they're valued and that they're loved and that they have this unlimited potential. And so I spend a lot of my time at the beginning of the year just making sure that my students know that. So do you think it's easy to create a shape poem with rhyme, or do you think it takes some work? An educator should pour out of themselves. That love for learning is so huge. And so I want my students to come to me excited and leave me just as excited for learning. I've been teaching for 10 years. I've been out of high school for a lot more than that. And just to see the work that District 1 is still doing in the lives of children is so encouraging. And I'm really thankful to be a part of that.
come in. I'm shaving the hairs on my chinny chin chin.
My name is Amy Smith, and I teach kindergarten at Inman Elementary School. For me, my aunt and uncle were teachers, and so growing up I saw the passion that they had for teaching, and it gave me that passion as well. Year one was so many years ago, and I was able to stay home with my children for 10 years. So coming back into the classroom, things did change. I was a mother, and that helped me with my students. It helped me form relationships with my students. I want to instill a love of learning for students, and I want to immerse them in literature. And I just want to help them to be the very best that they can be. So throughout the day, the lessons that I plan, the activities that we do in class, it's all that so that they will enjoy their kindergarten experience. I want my students to remember the love that I have for them. Above all, that they were loved unconditionally.
And my name's Denise Riske. I teach at Inman Intermediate School, and I've been in District 1 for 23 years. It takes a team. It takes a team of teachers, the parents, the child, the community members, and it's not just about the knowledge, it's about the self-worth the child has that determines their success. I just feel that you need to be honest and fair and love on the kids, because you never know what they're going through, and they need that encouragement, and to believe in them is important. And I think that comes from within the teacher, not the location of the classroom. Teachable moments come a lot in special needs classrooms, and use those to the fullest, and use it to help the entire class, not just that one student.
When we have to pay bills, like groceries and things we have to buy for Mojo, does money go in the account or out of the account?
Enjoy your day. Look forward to getting up in the morning, and you got your family home, your family at school, and that's what it is. We need a sense of belonging, and we need to believe in each other.
My name is David Evett. I teach at Landrum High School, and this is my 19th year teaching. I've worked out of college in the behavioral emotional hospital setting with students with severe disabilities, and that was a natural parallel or sideways move to get into education. So I was a lateral entry teacher in North Carolina, which means I was able to teach while I earned my teacher certification. For me, it's just connections begin first, and not just getting to know your students, going beyond that, figuring out what their passions are. What is it that really drives and motivates them, and then sharing that with them from my perspective. And once you've built that, you get a self-managing class that is producing good quality work. Students are trying their best, and who hopefully are motivated to be there and want to come to school and want to learn. I hope one day that they'll remember as a class they wanted to be at. And I don't mean they loved the way I taught or anything. I wanted it to be a place that they remember that they could come to on the best of days they were having, when they just needed to come hear a silly dad joke, when they wanted to share some good news that happened at home. But I also wanted it to be a place they remember they could come in a moment of crisis. And those things they go through at home, when they're having a bad day at school, that they knew, hey, that's the one room I know I can go to. Mr. Evett will be there, and I want to be in that room right now.
My name is Stephanie Quinn, and I teach at Landrum Middle School. I teach 8th grade science, and I've been teaching for 27 years. Learning early on was kind of difficult for me. And then I got to college, and I loved college, and I loved taking classes. And my parents said, Stephanie, you've got to land on a major. And so I chose the profession where learning is the focus. I teach conceptually, big ideas. I take the content deep, and I include a lot of literacy into the way I teach. So my students are not learning rocks and minerals or force of motion. They're learning how all of those things work together in the world. Not all students learn the same way, so we spend a lot of time with a variety of things, so all students have the opportunity to learn the information. It's hard for me to give up on a kid. You just never know what diamond in the rough is sitting in your classroom, and I think kids everybody needs somebody in their corner, a cheerleader, to believe in them, to tell them, yes, you can do this, you can accomplish anything you set your mind to.
My name is LaShanne Goins. I teach at Mabry Middle School, and this is my 14th year teaching. I've always loved working with adolescents. In the middle school, they really don't know themselves. They're trying to know themselves through the eyes of their peers, through the eyes of their parents, through the eyes of their teachers. And once they figure it out, it is so wonderful to see them blossom and prepare for the high school. It's amazing. When I think about my teaching philosophy, I think about students of all levels, all genders, all academic backgrounds. It is an opportunity for me to change the life of an individual, of a child, academically, emotionally, socially. I praise them on the positives. We harp on the positives. And it's amazing how they react to you when they see that you're looking for the good in them. It's important for me to know that they've left my classroom with a strong sense of confidence, knowing that they could reach the stars and do whatever it is they desire to in their life. As long as they have commitment, good work ethics, they can accomplish anything that they desire.
My name is McKenzie REVELS. This is my 10th year in education, and I'm currently at New Prospect Elementary School. I became a teacher because of the influence of several good teachers that I had between my elementary and high school career. My arts teachers, the way that they treated me, challenged me and loved me every day, pulled me to want to be there, and made me love teaching, made me admire them and want to do what they did. I think the main thing that I walked away from COVID knowing without a doubt about my profession was that teachers are tough. We step up to the plate when we're called. We don't back down. We find a way. There's an avenue for everything to make sure that the job gets done. I hope that I have the same impact that my teachers had on me. And I think this dates back to my teachers and their influence on my life, that at the end of the day, they know that I cared about them, that I loved them, and that I challenged them.
My name is Jenna Brock. I am a 4th grade math teacher at O.P. Earl Elementary School, and this is my 4th year teaching. I have known ever since I was a little girl that I wanted to be a teacher.
Awesome job. I liked how you started out saying exactly what angle you were.
So my philosophy for teaching is to love first, teach second. Learning will happen once those relationships are established, and students have to know that they are loved and respected. Whether that means I am going on the weekends to support them in an extracurricular activity, I am sitting down at lunch having a one-on-one conversation with them, or I'm playing kickball with them at recess. All those different ways help us to create relationships with one another, so then that our bond inside of the classroom is stronger and learning happens. I am teaching the future generation of America. Those students are in my classroom right now. I have the future teachers, the future nurses, the future doctors, engineers, restaurant managers, whatever it might be, and I want them to know that they are loved. This is something that is posted in my room. It's something that I tell them every single day. I want them to know that they can achieve whatever they put their minds to.
My name is Carmen Knight, and I work at Swafford Career Center, and I have been in the classroom for 8 years. My teaching philosophy is whatever it takes for each kid every day.
Good job.
many times have you been in the washer, Isaiah?
What do you mean?
How many times have you had this job? And it's going to be different for each kid. Some kid is going to require a little more love and understanding, and some kids are going to need me to push them a little bit harder. Thank you, sir. Put it right there. You did so good. Teachers are capable and willing to do anything to be in the classroom with their students. We will wear a mask. We will put up plexiglass as long as we are able to be in the classroom with our kids, making sure they're getting what they need every day. I actually have a lot of high school students that contact me after they leave. I had a kid contact me the other day and actually share with me that he misses the days of high school because he remembers me telling him how hard it was going to be and that these are going to be the easy days. But I want them to know that I love them, that I believed in them, and that long before they were successful, I knew that they were going to be.